too. None of it did. Now I have to find out where. Oh, there's chat. There's chat. I don't understand. I'm sorry. I'm tinkering. I'm tinkering. Is it on? Oh, wait. Pop out. Oh, I see. I see, said the blind man. Well, where'd it go? No, I wanted it over here. Oh. Well, the 6. Hold on one second. Let me figure this out. Pop out. Okay. Welcome to TikTok. Yeah. I got that part. Oh, what is that? I already have that. I have that part. Look at me trying to figure this new thing out. Yes. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, wait, what are we doing? Well, hell. Let me make sure. Good morning, everybody. Oh, what are we doing? Are we doing something? This? Oh, wait. Yeah, continue hosting live. Continue live. Okay. I want to pop this out. I want to pop this down. Did I get it? Did I figure it out? Did I figure it out? I think I did. I did. Oh my God. I figured it out. Can I hear applause? Can I hear applause? I figured it out. So I figured out how to go live on Restream with TikTok and everything else at the same time. I am an internet fucking goddess this morning, you guys. Yes, that is a rooster. It is a rooster. So if you're new to the stream, I will just tell you that we are like African lion safari out here, and there are peacocks that you will hear scream, and they sound like somebody is being tortured. They sound very much like this. Help! So when you hear that, know that that's the peacocks. I figured it out. I'm so excited. I am not that coordinated to go to like set up multiple screens. Sam looks like NASA. I kid you guys not. Sam looks like NASA. He has these huge monitors that curve around. They curve like this in front of him, and he works all these different 3 monitors. And here's me. I can't find the pointer on those things. So here I am, just so excited to be here. I can actually see that we have 1 viewer, or we had a total view of 1. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it says, now it says offline. I don't know. Maybe I did it wrong. I was feeling really good about it. But now it says offline. Huh. I don't know. What I don't know is Restream. It doesn't show it's going to TikTok. What? No. No, I'm not amused. Stream TikTok. 2. It says it's streaming. TV live monitor. What is this now? Oh, wait, maybe over here? But here's the problem. When I click away from this, it goes away. When I click away from that, it goes away. So how do I do that? How do I do that? Huh. I don't know. Maybe I Oh, I have an idea. Look, I'm trying. I swear. I swear, guys. Oh, this idea might be the idea. And there it is. Unless I click on it. Oh, nope, I got it. Once again, I got it. Yay! Okay, I can now see. Lucas, you're my kind of guy. I can now see both. So it's a big deal, right? What am I doing? I was trying to figure out how to see the TikTok comments and the Restream comments at the same time, but damn it if I didn't do it. So good morning, everybody. It's not morning anymore. It's not morning anymore. I understand that. So we are doing free readings today, you guys. It is my fun time. I have been putzing. I want to say I've been really busy today, but I've kind of been putzing around the house. So that's all right. And I see I had people getting tired of me trying to figure out the internet. You know what? I'm old. Not old, but older. So give me a break. I do see you, Mary Gatto. Yes, I do. I am seeing everybody at this moment. So yay, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, whatever it is. And we will go from there. It is afternoon. It's 12:30 here. So let's talk about what we have coming up. We're going to be doing in the store, and I think it'll be offered online as well. We'll be doing a Reiki level 1. So anybody that's interested in learning how to use their personal energy, how to create a healing environment for themselves and others, we will be offering a Reiki level 1. And but we're going to start today with a card. So let's do that. Let's start with a card. And Mr. Fry is having a sale on Friday. He is having a crystal sale on Friday. There'll be clearance items in there as well. So just know that we'll be putting everything from incense to oracle cards in there, and a lot of crystals. So if you guys are interested in that'll start, I believe, at 4 o'clock on Friday. So we're hoping to kick off our Memorial Day weekend early. So that will be, yeah, I know, right? So usually if we do clearance, you guys, the crystals are 40% off. That's the card we're reading today, obviously. So let's start here. Good morning, everybody. This is about being, this is Mantis. I don't know if you guys, for those of you that are into the extraterrestrial element of things, this is about being a sensitive, my camera's moved. This is about, what the hell? About being a sensitive individual, not letting sensitivity override all of your other emotions. So this is a collective reading at the moment. So let's go here. If you guys are on TikTok, or if you guys are on, that's so cool. If you guys are on all these other channels, keep in mind that I do have a lot of different channels coming in at one time, and we are excited that everybody's here today, or at least like I have a mouse in my pocket. You know, first time on the live. Hi, welcome, Fran. Welcome, Fran. I know this deck is so fun. I want the Cowgirls and Aliens ones, but I'm too cheap to take it off of our own shelves. So isn't that stupid? I'm like, yeah, we have it, but I'm too cheap to take it off of our shelves. So yeah, there we go. We get back over here. So we're more than just readings, you guys. If you guys are on TikTok for the first time, welcome, welcome. We're more than just readings. We are about a community of people growing intuitively and with laughter, because, oh my God, this might be PG-13 every once in a while. Right, guys? Right, guys? Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Because what is just getting an answer? If you can answer something yourself, why always search for the answer externally when you can get it internally, right? Absolutely. Trusting your gut. That's something we've stepped away from in this lifetime, is trusting our guts and our instincts, because that's what we've been told we should be doing, right? Trust somebody else. Trust somebody else. They'll give you the right information. You are your best person. Who would agree with that? You are your best, what in the world? You are your best source of information. Absolutely. Best source of information. Always. because you know what you need. All right, moving on. Hi, Tara. How are you? Hi, Megan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Pamela. Good morning, Hirsch. Oh, crap. What did I do? Stop. Don't touch the button. We are our best and first. We should be our first check-in. But how many people don't check with themselves, right? They don't check with themselves. They look externally. They don't check. Meditate every once in a while, you guys. And I'm not saying you got to go sit over in a corner and zoom out like this, but just sit there for a couple minutes and be like, okay, how does this feel? What should I be working with? How do I go forward? And you ask these questions of yourself before you turn externally. And here's me. Do I want to do more reading? Sure. Absolutely. Right? Why? Because I like money. I ain't lying. And I like helping people. But we should be our first level of defense. We should be our first level of consultation. Absolutely. Every day. All the time. So trust yourselves a little bit more. Give yourself a little bit more credit. It's important. Give yourself some more credit and start reaching out to that. And then all of a sudden, all these really incredible things start moving in for us. And we start to gain our self-confidence. How many people feel like you have a great level of self-confidence? How many people feel like you have a great level of self-confidence? Oh, see, here's the thing. You're on Restream or YouTube. I can just block your ass. There you go. There you go. I don't do trolls. I don't do trolls. I don't like them. First of all, what's really funny is when you get a troll, you guys, they raise you in the ranks because the more they comment, the more comments you have, whatever. You have a good level of self-esteem. Great. We all should. But we kind of get battered down by life. Okay, so can I get a whoop whoop in the room? Why we do the whoop whoop in the room, you guys, there's a lot of people on here that know us already. Good morning, Becky. Good morning, Julie Ann, Susan Bradley. Good morning. I know you guys, right? Let's see. Penny's here. X Phantom. Donna Marie, Mystical Thorn. Good morning, everybody. I'm scrolling back up. Adam, good day, sir. I'm so sorry that house didn't work out. Really am. I really, really am sorry. Okay, here we go. Julianne in the room. So what we do with the whoop whoop is that lets me know you're in the room, especially on TikTok, because we have a lot of people come in and go out. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. I don't mind that. But just let me know you're here. Give me a whoop whoop so I know who to be reading for. Good morning, Kelly. Judite? Is it Judite? And let's go with Fran. So while people are asking questions on the right, most of the time I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to answer your questions. I'm going to give you what the universe wants you to know. All right. And what you may be asking the universe may not exactly be what you need. There might be a deeper root to it. Okay. So I will always give a reading, but not always. I mean, if you get your name called, I'll give you a reading, but generally I'm not going to answer a question because we think we know what we need and the universe absolutely knows what we need. So here we go. All right, Fran, welcome. Fran is new. Fran is on TikTok, you guys. Fran is on TikTok. We are under the Mystical Moons on TikTok. We are not under My Mystical Life. All right. So, Fran, I pulled out the tarot deck for you. So good luck, everybody. When I pull out the tarot, that means that they really want you to get... Hi, Melissa. Melissa's new. Everybody say hi to Melissa. If you don't see who I'm talking to, you guys, it's because they're on a different platform. So, Fran, I want to talk about some things that have been given to you, divinely given to you. And And I think that you're probably overlooking them. So usually when we start with a beginning card like this, we talk about being sensitive, and that's what the first card was. It was talking about being sensitive and overly stimulated into situations, but also being somebody that is also ignoring some things. So you're ignoring the things that have been gifted to you or given to you, and just kind of cruising through things. And then when there's things that those things that really have substance that you're ignoring, they start to fall away. So make sure you're paying attention. Oh, it's Herschel's birthday. Happy birthday. Make sure you're paying attention to the things that are really important in your life, and let go of the things that are letting you, making you feel bad. There's no sense in that, right? There's no sense in allowing something to make you feel less than worthy. So if you're in a relationship or whatever that's making you feel less than worthy, give it some real thought and be like, why am I revolving myself in this circle when I could actually be moving forward much more efficiently? They keep talking about you ignoring the things that are handed to you, and living a little bit too much in the emotions of other things, right? So you've put all your things in this basket over here and you're not seeing what you have as a benefit over here. They're saying pay attention to the things that you have and not all the bullshit, because that's just holding you back emotionally. Enjoy. Yeah. Now, the thing I'm supposed to tell you, Fran, though, is you need to start paying attention. And this is what this whole reading is. Let go of the things that are causing you stress and aggravation. Pay attention to the things that benefit you. Pay attention to the things that you can put in front of yourself and say, this is what brings me joy. And work with that. If something's stressing you, let it go, because you're ignoring the things in front of you that are divinely gifted to you. I hope that's helpful. I hope that's helpful, because they're like, and you know this, by the way. You already know this. Because I hear on this side over here, I'm like, but you have guidance already. Have you checked in with your guides, and have you checked in with people that have passed on and said, hey, how do I move forward in life? Once again, you are your best form of, good morning, Sherry Ann. You are your best first line of defense for information, because your guides are always going to come up, and they're always going to come to you for when you ask for help. That's it basically, Fran. Ask your guides for help, because you know the answer to this already. You know the answer to, do I move forward or not? Do I do this with this person, or do I do what brings me joy? You already know the answer. So if it brings you joy, go in that direction. But if it doesn't, and it's struggle and strife, walk away from that shit. Who needs that in life? Life is shorter than we'd like it. Most of the time. All right. I hope that's helpful. Good morning, everybody. It's easier said than done. It takes practice. So this is somebody from Julianne from YouTube, and she's saying, Fran, easier said than done. It takes practice. I agree with that 100%. I understand that we can just dole out. We can dole out advice based on cards all day long, right? Or intuition. But it is easier said than done. It is. Unless it's utter drama and bullshit, move on from that. Right? I hope that's helpful. All right. Can we get a whoop whoop in the room? Let's see who is here. Don't forget, if you go to our Facebook page and all of the platforms we're on right now, we will be starting a crystal sale at 4:00 on Friday. 4:00 Eastern time on Friday. We'll be back online. I'll be online between now and then too. But Mr. Fry is going to do clearance items as well as some really amazing new stuff, and we do ship worldwide. Okay. See, everybody over here. So TikTok's new to this, the whole whoop whoop thing. If you're here and you whoop whoop, let me know you're here. This helps me see your energy, right? So everybody else is used to this. They're like, hey, Shubli, how are you? Okay, this is going to be Mystical Thorn. I'm supposed to pull you one card, Mystical Thorn. Somebody on here has the most chaotic energy, you guys. Like, chaos in the head. Whew. And I don't usually pick up on other people's chaos like that, but good Lord, love a duck. Have a cup of tea and a pedicure, for crying out loud, all right? If you're feeling the chaos of the energy, get a pedicure. Smoke a joint. I don't care what you do for relaxation. That's on you. I don't know. It's not my thing, but whatever. It's legal now, most places. Sit down and relax. Mr. Fry, Sam is at his muggle job. He is at his muggle job. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Thank you for raising me up in the stats, Wonder Buns. It's awesome. Thank you. Every comment does it. All right, here we go. Mystical Thorn says, hey, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Okay. If you don't feel like you're getting all the things that you have a gazillion things going on, Tara, breathe, girl. Because, Lord, my brain just was like, what in the... Yeah, Wonder Buns thinks, since it's my second TikTok video. So, yeah, that's wonderful. Actually, great. Because I'm over on this other platform as well, but you have a wonderful day. So, Mystical Thorns, I want to talk, what kind of job is that? I'll tell you in a minute before I lose track of where I am. So, Mystical Thorn, it almost feels as if you haven't put all of your, you haven't found your track yet in this lifetime. If you're one of those people that still go, hey, what am I supposed to do with my life? What am I supposed to do with my life? And I'll be the first to tell you, if you figure that out, good luck for you, because they're going to change the goalpost, and then you're going to be doing it again. Like, what are they doing? What's my job? What am I supposed to be doing? So you really haven't felt that whole, you've achieved what you're supposed to be doing yet. And you kind of have to sit back and think about it a little bit, because I think that you've stepped your foot into something that you really, really enjoy, but it can be intimidating. Rose Hollow Neuropath, good morning. So just know that you don't have to find perfection. You don't have to find perfection. Nobody's perfect. But when you do find what you're working on, and that's going to feel like it fits just perfectly like a glove, it's going to be with other people. So also, I want to talk about writing for you. Do you do any writing? Do you put things on paper? Because your guides are talking about when you do things with other people, it's going to be about note taking and coordination. So they're like, hey, when you find your stride, and that's exactly what they say, when you find your stride, that's when you're going to start working with other people. And I feel like you're stepping out of a hermit phase where you're just kind of like, people suck. I got news for you. People suck. I know it's not the most spiritual thing you guys are going to hear all day, right? But there are a lot of people out there that are difficult to deal with because their energy is so chaotic because they haven't found their space either. Or they haven't had anybody tell them that they're amazing, or that they're an intuitive, or that they can do all of these things. Tarot photography? Ooh, cool. But just know that when you find those people, it's going to feel like hot writing. Okay, it's going to feel like puzzle pieces clicking together, right? Puzzle pieces. And don't put all your eggs in somebody else's basket. Make sure you keep stuff back for yourself, right? Don't just be like, okay, this is the three of us and that's all we are. We're three of us and we're going to step out and do things always together. Don't do that. Make sure that you know that you are your own identity. Don't become the identity of whatever it is you're doing. Keep yourself knowing that you are. I know, I'm sorry. It's not the most spiritual thing you're going to hear all day. It's okay. It's okay. I'm very real about this. I didn't start this till I was 38 years old. So we do what we do. But your divine light is your divine light. Don't just blanket yourself under everybody else's name as well, or a business name as well. Make sure you shine pretty well, because you can easily get lost in a project where you throw yourself in and then that's just it. right? Don't get lost in the project or the work. Don't get lost in it, but step out, find people to work with, and have fun. That's a lot of it. Have fun. We need to have fun when we're doing this, especially when we're doing spiritual work. I know a lot of people want to walk around like, oh, Shanti. That's not me. It's not me. That is good for some people, a lot of people, right? But a lot of times we forget to have joy in life. As a general rule, we forget to have joy in life. And we live to the grind, and we live to what people have told us we're supposed to do. And we forget to relax and have fun and laugh and find the joy. So, oh, Hirsch the shadow reader says, yes, it is. Too many people are full of word vomit and shake your advice. I always talk about being self with yourself is not a bad thing. Talk about being self with yourself is not a bad thing. No, we have to put ourselves first so we can show up for others. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm a stay-at-home mom and caretaker of my husband who had a stroke. Mystical Thorn. So what they're saying is find some people to laugh with. Find some people to do some things with. Make sure you have a good life. That's that hermit, right? Make sure you have a life beyond too. Absolutely. Okay, moving on. Moving on. Can we have a whoop whoop in the room? Let's see who is here. If you could share to your feed or a relevant group, invite a friend, blah blah blah, all the things, right? Remove the forced thought of others. Absolutely. A lot of us live according to, and a lot of us live according to who we have been told we are. And if you think back to school, and I'll just give a real quick. When I was in school, I didn't feel like I was smart enough to go to veterinary school. I would love to have gone to veterinary school. Up until there was a point. So if you guys are new to the feed, sorry. There was a point where we had draft horses and we did sleigh rides and hay rides all the time. And one of the horses colicked. And if you're familiar with colic, there's this glove that's this long. And I watched that vet roll that thing up and I was like, where's that going? Oh, I decided in that moment I didn't want to be a vet. But now anyways, we breed horses, whatever now. But my career counselors also told me I wasn't smart enough to do that. And at that time, they probably were 100% correct. I couldn't get algebra because my squirrel brain would not do that. But I started to live according to what they said. Like I wasn't smart enough to do that. So then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to do interior design. And they went, no, that's not a good thing for you. And I'm like, what? Is this multiple choice? I don't get to pick what? What the hell? So I ended up going to, which was fine. I absolutely loved it. But I ended up going to cosmetology and opened a day spa and discovered that was a whole lot smarter than I thought I was. But that's just a single case of living, and that's not a I needed a, oh, I'm so sorry, Lisa. It's a I took something and went and ran with it and had the best time. The best time. We had a salon for 15, 20 years. It was great. But it is a matter of I listened to people when I was younger because we do this and believed what they said. I believed because they knew more than me, at least I thought they did, what I should be doing with my life. Now, it's a really good thing. I'm also very stubborn. Because I was like, oh, no, I don't want to work for other people. So I started working for myself and we opened a business. So Zenny, so don't live your life according to who people tell you you are. And we start that when we're younger because adults know best, right? So give yourself some credit. Don't ask me where the hell I started with that. Okay, can I get a whoop whoop? I'm going to go with Lacey Gray. Lacey Gray, are you still here? You want to be home with your grandson. I mean, yeah, that would be fabulous, right, Tara? Hi, everybody. If you are on TikTok, give us a whoop whoop. Let us know you're here. We need more people with real experiences. Absolutely. Kelly says, I wanted to be a dentist. My guidance counselor said, how about being a dental assistant? How about bite my ass, right? He was an old man that should not have been in that position. Listening to the voices outside ourselves, I know that too well, being raised by narcissistic parents and ex. Do what makes your soul shine. Absolutely. I do what I want. Zenny says I'm a special kind of person. Yes, you are. Lacey is here. Lacey is here. Okay. So you guys on TikTok, this is a new thing for us to be over on TikTok, and I figured it out. You don't know how like impressive that is. You have no idea. But if you join and you follow for a little bit, you'll be like, holy shit, how'd she figure that out? I don't know. I don't know. But whatever. It's figured out. So we're all about the dialogue. We're all about a discussion on the right-hand side over here, which is where TikTok is. So if you are new, give us a shout out. Say, hey, I'm new. Welcome. We have a lot of fun. Sometimes it's PG-13. There's a lot of fuck around and find out if we're playing with the Karen cards. Okay, Lacey Gray. Lacey Gray, I want to talk about your internal dialogue. I want to talk about some of the things that you say to yourself are not actually some of the things you're saying to yourself. Pay attention to your pronouns. Are you saying me and I, or you and we when you're talking internally? Very, very clairaudient. You're very clairaudient, and you pick up a lot of spiritual connection. Also, you're an empath. Are you aware of these things? Can you give me are you aware of these things, Lacey Gray? You welcome. Good afternoon. I keep saying good morning because I have coffee in front of me. That's fine. Why do I have coffee? I got up and went for a walk before it rained this morning. I'm trying this new walk thing. We'll see. I'm monologuing. I'm monologuing like Dr. Evil. Well, I'm waiting for Lacey to respond. Lag. I had somebody ask me the other day, how do you get past lag? You don't. You just don't. You just cuddle it. That's all. Thank you. This is my I don't want to do my hair. Yeah, my hairdresser knows I'm lazy, so okay. Empath less. Yes. Okay. So let's talk. Lacey, let's talk about what Hollywood puts out there for us as being intuitives. So this is when I first started this at 38, I was so disappointed, like so disappointed. I thought this was like Hollywood, right? Where you sit down and the dead people come and they talk to you and they give you the information, and then you pass in the information, right? Yeah, no, it don't do that. So what happens is we get this false perception and preconceived notions of how we're going to get information and what it's going to look like and what each clair is going to look like. None of them look like Hollywood. Absolutely. Who can validate that? Like none of the clairs look like Hollywood. So clairaudient comes across in a lot of different ways. It can sound like your internal talk, like you're talking to yourself, right? She says she's learning about her clairs. And one of the things that for whatever reason I'm able to do is tell people what their clairs are, which is always fun. My mind is always chattering, and yeah, I question where certain things I say to myself come from. Perfect. You're totally right. That is when you have that happening, that is guidance from either ascended masters, your guides, or past loved ones. So make sure that you're questioning that. Okay. So if you're sitting there chatting to yourself, you see me hit myself, chatting to yourself, take a minute, take a couple breaths, and be like, where does this come from? Now, when I teach psychic development classes, we talk about quadrants and where information comes from and how to put, pin it to the wall and know where exactly where it's coming from. But just kind of pay attention and sit back and go, okay, is this ascended masters? Is this my guides? Is this past loved ones? And kind of go On your gut on that, right. What a lovely day over your 90 says, clear audience will sound like your own voice, but kinder. Absolutely. So when you're talking to yourself and it is guidance, it will always sound like yourself. They do that so you're not like having strange voices in your head and scared shitless, right? Why would our guides want to come on and scare us? They don't. They want to come in and be informative and helpful. That's not, that's not their agenda is to scare us. They're to be helpful. So pay attention to that. But they want to talk about spring. They want to talk. So when your guides are coming across with information, they're to me, what they're talking about is the beginning of something new. They're talking about daisies in the spring and how you should be resonating with that energy, like the emergence of something new coming in for you. Just this video right here, just this discussion is going to spark more communication from your guides, if that's what you choose. Now, if you don't choose that, then when you go to bed at night, you'd be like, never mind, screw it, I don't want to do it. Okay, you have the right to set those boundaries. But if you're looking for more information, which is what I'm going to say that you probably are since you're working on your clairs, know that just this conversation right here is validation that you're talking to guides. And just that validation is going to open up this whole other space for you that says, hey, bring in more information. You really want to ramp it up? Start a journal, start a dream journal. And you want to talk about communication coming through? That's the way to do it. Because all of a sudden, they go, she is making a conscious decision to create a physical connection. She's writing down what I'm putting through. And that right there, and this is so scientific too, but that engages the left side of the brain, which is our analytical side, and gives us permission to believe that we actually have a right side, spiritual side. So validation, Lacey Gray, good for you. Good job. Good job. If nobody else tells you today that you're doing a good job, you're doing great. You're on point. Okay? Awesome. Moving on. I loved that name. The name's It's Me. Yeah, it was a good name. Okay. Can I get a whoop whoop in the room, you guys? Let's see who is here, what energies we're going to read for today. Later today, I'm going to be setting up a paranormal investigation, I believe. Oh, by the way, we are going to be in Sedona. My Mystical Life will be in Sedona in September for anybody that's interested in attending our Sedona trip. It's going to be the 11th through the 15th. We'll be doing vortexes, trance mediumship. We'll have an evening of CE5 meditation, working with extraterrestrial. The trance mediumship, we work with Oz. That's extraterrestrial as well. What else we have going on that weekend? Shopping. Yeah. Stuff like that. So if you are interested in that, catch me at themysticalmoons.com. You can message the webpage and we can get you new. You popped up in our feed. Yay. Or I popped up in your feed like a stalker. Okay. I hope that's helpful. Anyways. Oh, so Megan Joe says, are you further along in mediumship if you hear their voices instead of your own? I don't think that necessarily means you're further along. Maybe you are just more. So there's a saying that not every psychic is a medium, but every medium is a psychic. Okay. And what that means is some people have a stronger bend towards mediumship than they do just working intuitively. So they're two different things. They're absolutely two different things. You're working in different areas, which once again, when we teach a class, we talk about the areas that we gather information from. So, but psychic work and mediumship work is two different things. So clairaudient, while you may use it in mediumship, is not necessarily just mediumship. I can see that I'm going to have to schedule an online class And I haven't done an online. So we had a psychic development membership for roughly 6 years, and we just closed it last month. So I'm getting back to doing like pop up, not pop up, but individual psychic development classes and things like that. Okay, moving on. Can we get a whoop whoop? Let's see. I did a whoop whoop, didn't I? Dawn Mig 68. Are you still here? Dawn Mig 68. Are you still here on TikTok? Hi, Michaela. Hi, Noelle. Sheila. Twin feather. I like it. You are. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. That's weird. What is that? Oh. Dawn Mig, do you happen to uh, catch the smell of overly sweet flowers every once in a while? Like you can't figure out where the smell's coming from? Like I have no idea what that is, kind of thing? Or do you smell uh, you get images or reminders from the sense that remind you of past loved ones? Yes, perfect. So, do you know what they are? Do you know what the overly sweet flowers is? Any idea? I know people over on the left over here on the restream and with people that have watched for a while know exactly what that is. But so here's a trivia question, you guys. What is the overly sweet flowers? A lot of you know. Not sure. I am going to do you smell it around somebody like somebody walks around and you pick it up more around them than other people and you know it's not perfume? Hey. Hi guys. If you're on TikTok, I know that there's a ton more people over on I have 5 feeds coming in at once. What a lovely day. That's correct. That's correct. Yes. The first one. The first one. So this is the smell of angels, you guys. This is the smell of angels. Usually guardian angels come in and they smell like very, very sweet flowers. And a lot of people that pick this up, this is a clair. You feel like it's random in your home. This is a clair. It's a lesser known clair. It is called clairalience, and it is the ability to smell spirit. So some people do this really, really dynamically. And so say they smell cookies or grandma. Good day, Jensen. They might smell grandma's cookies, and all of a sudden they think of grandma. And that's the way grandma comes in and says, hey, I'm around. Just know that this is your hug, right? But this happens with angels quite a bit. So when people are clairalient and they smell the overly sweet flowers, it's just an angel checking in to say, hey, how are we doing? Do you need kind of like spiritually? Can I help lift you up some way? So just know that you have angel watching out for you very, very closely. So that is that smell that you're picking up is guardian angels. And sometimes archangels. It just depends on what you have going on. I want to talk about I thought that said cocaine. Oh Lord, I'm so sorry. The shadow reader says, I smell. Oh, wait. I smell lilies of the valley and cookies or vanilla. I thought it said cocaine. I need to get my glasses checked. Oh shit. But the other thing I want to talk about, Dawn, is um, I have a couple guides that are really great at some things, and one of them is sinuses. I don't know. Ask me why. They do what they want to do, and they just bring the information. It's earthquakes, sinus infections, and trips and falls. So please make sure that if you're having allergies, that you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you're on an allergy med or something, because I get this really drift away kind of feeling when it comes to if I were to sit still in your energy, my head wants to drift off. So, and just make sure you're taking care of yourself, in the fall, in the spring. I have Brody Gaiman over on TikTok, and I will say this, it is I sent your singing to who? Who's singing? Dang it on the allergies. Stop. The allergies are rough this year. So Brody Gaiman over on TikTok says, I am the comment goblin being a menace in the comment section since 1992. So everybody, live restricted. What? It says live restricted for some audiences. Your live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. Reason regulated goods content. It says I was discussing drugs or other regulated substances. I'm sorry, what? Can you guys on TikTok still see me? Anyways, I was going to say that I don't know what I did. I was going to say that yes, okay. I have no idea what just happened. Brody Gaiman is our youngest son, you guys. So I don't know what the heck just happened. I mean, yes, Sandra Doyle. Yes. Yes. Oh, I said that. Okay, Sherry Ann, thank you. That's it. And that's Glenn trying to call me. That's Glenn trying to call me and say, this is what you did. I know. I know. I know. I somebody told me what I did. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. No, what? Okay. Yeah, I know. I know. Somebody mentioned it to me. They put in comment on the other side. Okay. 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 Did I just get myself in trouble? Oh, okay. 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 All right. All right. I gotta. Okay. Okay. Thank you, bud. All right. Bye. Okay. So I guess I can't say words. Dang. Okay. That I never say that anyways as a general rule. That's not a word that comes out my mouth, but there we go. Okay. Now I know. Okay. I have to come back here. Yeah, that's exactly right, Michaela. That's exactly what happened. Isn't that weird? But I can understand that. Oh, yes. So Sandra, that is what that guardian angel smells. Very, very, very thick, heavy flower smell. Hmm. Yeah, I know, Care Bear. Yeah, I said some words. Oh no, it's okay. Yeah. So when you have TikTok is very strict, and I appreciate that actually. Um, I'll be fine. I just have to watch my words. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So there we go. There we go. I misread something, and I never have ever probably said that word online before, and I won't do it again. I feel like I've had my little hand slapped. All right. Can we have a whoop whoop in the room? Can we have a whoop whoop in the room? So you guys understand, everybody knows this, right? That everybody is intuitive. Everybody on the face of the planet. There is no exception. There is no exception. Everybody is an intuitive. The difference between somebody that does what I do and a muggle is figuring out how to put the puzzle pieces together to know what your intuitive clair is. That's the only difference. Yeah, that's the only difference. All right, let's go. What platform are you on the most? So Zenny, I always multicast. So I'm always on YouTube, Facebook. Sometimes on the old platform I was on, it didn't always pop up, but we are on TikTok as well. Okay. I have no problem with them monitoring what I'm saying to keep the younger audiences safe. Not at all. Okay. Let's go with Joe Megan. Duke, 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 Duke of Earl, Duke, Duke, Duke of Earl, Duke of Earl. Okay. Oh, let's see. Where are we at? Oh, Joe Megan. Joe Megan, I want to talk about a past life. Um, uh, so of course, and I say past lives, you guys. So I absolutely believe all the lives are happening all at the same time. But I'll call it past life just to be our timeline kind of crap. So I want to talk about a male past life, and this is just something that's coming across. So I'll give you all the information that I get on it, and you can take and run from it from there and see where it correlates to today. The reason we give past life the Akasha calls is because whatever was going on in that particular lifetime would also be a correlating pattern in this lifetime as well. So I want to talk about a male past life where there was some trauma. I want to talk about and if you have any neck issues, because I first and foremost pick up like this pressure right here in my neck, and that's where I went to the past life, because I'm like, okay, what is this from? And they give me a whack in the back of the head. They give me a poof where somebody got hit in the back of the head from an angle, and it was purposeful, by the way. I need you to know that it was purposeful, because this young man was down on his knees, his high hand. And so you guys just don't shoot the messenger. I give you exactly the images that I'm given when I'm doing past lives, because it's not my job to curtail the information, but to pass it along. Okay. And first of all, I want to make sure Joe Megan's still here. This person it's almost like a knot of wood. They know that they have done something wrong. They are in trouble. They are crying, and they are thumped in the back of the head. Yes, sometimes these past lives are really rough. They're really rough. I can't do anything about that. That's just give it as I get it. And I want to say that this person was really, really, really hungry. I'm going to take this to location is going to be around like, and this is a big area, right? Like Africa. I'm taking this to Africa because I really do feel like this young man was African. But I don't think that this particular thing was a defining moment. I think this was not a death moment. I think this was caused a lot of damage. There's teeth missing, but he kind of took this as he was supposed to be dead, and he was grateful for life. So this person had to get up and walk away from a traumatic situation. And honestly, guys, who doesn't have to do this in our life, right? Who doesn't have to get over shit and move on? But this person had some physical discomfort that they had to deal with for the rest of their life. And part of it was maybe a fracture at the base of the skull or something along this line, because I definitely feel pain and pressure here. I have been having neck pain these last few days. So this is the reason we do this, is for validation, right? So since you've already been having the neck pain, they're like, hey, this is coming up. This is something to say, hey, pay attention to this. So even though something feels necessary, doesn't mean we have to do it just because we can, is basically what they're saying here. So interesting. So we're going to shift gears a little bit and move over to like the Wizard of Oz kind of thing. Like so when I talk about the, yeah, silence. When I talk about the Wizard of Oz and somebody making decisions, they always show me the road that's all grown over on the Wizard of Oz, the yellow brick road that's all grown over, full of debris, and then they show the pretty one, right? And everybody wants to take the pretty road, dance along with, Judy Garland. But they're saying sometimes, and this is coming up in your life, you're going to have to take the harder road. There's more of a road. That's exactly what they're saying. There's more reward for you on the harder road than there is the easy road. That was a weird way to put that. So I have one guy that when he comes forward, all he does is this: money, 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 and he fades back into the background. It's hysterical. But I don't get to give him very often. He doesn't come out very often. But he comes forward as you are walking down this little bit more, harder to navigate road, and he shows you bending over to pick something up, and it's gold. He's like, you have to make some choices here shortly, and don't take the easy way. Don't take the easy way. Take the more difficult way. You're going to find more reward on the more difficult way than is if you just skated through. I know. I have some hysterical guides. I do. And they have to be, because when I first started this, I was just like, I thought everything was super serious, and it just isn't. It is what we make it. And I make it joyful. That's my thing. I want it to be joyful. So this particular guide is like, there's money coming. You just have to be a little bit patient. Take the decisions that are a little bit harder to make and follow that. And you're going to find that the things that you do with a pure heart, the things that you do out of pure and genuine love and caring are going to come back to you tenfold. They're just showing that throat chakra, that heart chakra, just moving out and getting bigger and getting bigger. And you're going to increase your circle of people. And they're talking about finding more people to love. Because everyone else has taken too much from the other as well. Yeah. So just know that sometimes the road less traveled is the better road. And you hear that, right? That's Laura. It's not untrue. That's where we learn, and we learn within the storm, right, you guys? That's where we learn, within the storm. If everything was easy, then you just skate through easy and everybody hands you everything and you learn nothing. But when you have to work for it, and when there's stormy weather and there's a problem and there's things you have to overcome and hurdles, that's where you're going to learn. And that's basically what they're saying. I hope that helps, Joe Megan. And put some icy hot on your neck. I get you. I understand that. So, all right, you guys. I appreciate everybody that has popped on. I appreciate the fact that the TikTok gods have worked for me. And I can see TikTok comments as well as Restream comments. That's really amazing for me. Technology, you guys, technology. So I am the road less traveled, or whatever it's called. I'll have to look that up. All right, so Friday, we're having a crystal sale. It will be on this channel. And Mr. Fry will be doing new crystals and clearance, as well as incense and cards and herbs. And we do have the online store. You can go buy in advance and stuff like that. If you buy in advance, you can have your crystal stuff put in that box, and that'll help with the shipping. So yeah, but you just have to message me and say, don't ship it before that. Okay, we have lots of stuff in the store. There's thousands of items. Anyhow, everybody, have a wonderful day. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm hoping you will. All right. Find light, find love, find joy. Feel divine because you are. And if Mr. Fry were here, he'd say, may the light be with you always. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye. Bye bye.